Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Kill Them and Eat Them. This one is about a mad scientist named Dr. Gore, at least that's his nickname in the movie, and his assistant Greg, who abducts people and turns them into hideous mutant creatures. That's the plot. Not sure why, but it's another one of those mad scientist horror movies. We have two people trying to find a friend of theirs who at the beginning of the movie was killed off by one of the mutant creatures named Kellen and Milo. And they're also being joined by a couple of guys who work for something called the Company, and apparently Dr. Gore's working for the Company, and these guys want to take out Dr. Gore and Greg and the mutants and everything like that. And their names are Vilner and Aaron, I believe. They kind of act as sort of like secret FBI agents or something like that. To make a long story short, in which this movie is, I think, close to about an hour and a half long, everybody becomes mutants before the end of the movie, and there's this big mutant fight, and Greg basically is trying to take over the experiments from Dr. Gore, in which Dr. Gore, after meeting Kellen, kind of has a change of heart and kind of sort of decides maybe he just doesn't want to do this mutant thing anymore. But then with all that, Greg says, nah, screw that, we're going to keep on making mutants and everything like that. And yeah. So it all winds up with Kellen and Dr. Gore pretty much escaping the building, and I believe it was Greg became a mutant himself, and he tries to kill Dr. Gore, which does no good. Kellen, the new mutant, winds up stopping Greg, but Dr. Gore ultimately stabs him with a board. Excuse me. Puts him up against some sort of a metal fixture thing where there are electrical lights up above. I think Dr. Gore shot one of the wires down, electrical wires, sorry, and wound up frying Greg the mutant. And the last thing you see is Kellen and Dr. Gore holding hands while there's some sort of a little container of the stuff that turned people into mutants right between their hands. And that's pretty much where the movie ends. So why did this movie suck? The mutant creatures, honestly, well, as you can see right there, it's almost like they were like paper mache in a way. Very low budget gore effects. There's some special effects in this movie that are terribly god awful. I mean, it looked like, I'm not sure if they were supposed to be cells or what they were supposed to be. You see them crawl across the screen quite often, and it's almost like somebody in grade school would have drawn, maybe a 5 or 6 year old. Yeah. Some pretty funny one-liners, but ultimately this movie was just really bad. When it came to the gore itself, not great. Some gore effects were okay, but ultimately this is really not a movie that I would recommend watching, but it is on the Kings of Horror channel right here on YouTube, so if you guys want to check it out, and if you have a different opinion, let me know. If you agree, that's cool too. But yeah, I really didn't care for this movie. I'm not even sure what the budget was on this bad boy. It couldn't have been that much, but again, if you're going to do almost like paper mache heads for the mutants, yeah. But it's an overall pretty bad movie. It was labeled a horror comedy, but I don't know. I didn't laugh too much, and I wasn't really all that terrified by it. But there you guys have it, a review of Kill Them and Eat Them. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. If you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that involved mutants that could possibly look worse than this, and you could obviously tell how they made the creature effects, which kind of looked like something out of, I don't know, a bad school play or something, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on. Seriously, that's not helping my back any. It's still sore. Quit it.